What's up, guys? I bought some new equipment. I have a microphone now, and I'm just gonna test it out today. And I figured I would just kind of talk about some of the things I've been working on this week in shooting in dry fire. Got a couple of items here to talk about, and I've got my notes from dry fire this week, so let's get into it. Earlier this week, I set up, and I usually start my weeks this way. I set up kind of a mock stage to work a multitude of skills on movement, transitions, grip, stuff like that in dry fire. And one of the first things I noticed this week was my eyes were not staying ahead of the gun. In other words, I was getting kind of sucked into the little circle of death there. And if you're familiar with kind of how transitions are supposed to look, that is not the correct way to do it. Really, you want your eyes to stay ahead of the gun and kind of move to your aiming reference on the target, and then the gun kind of follows. So in order to kind of fix this, I kind of set up, I kind of broke it into two separate parts. The first thing I did was I put blue pasters on my dry fire targets. If you can see that, got a blue paster on there. And then the other thing I did was I set up a drill that would isolate transitions. Particularly this week, I set up designated target. If you don't know what that is, go to Wansik Kim here on Instagram or YouTube and look him up. He does wonderful work in coming up with drills that focus specific skills. Figure that out. What else? Okay. I bought a new holster this week. Actually, it's not really that new to me because I used to have this holster. This is the T-Rex Arms Sidecar 2.0 with their little modular thing. And I've had this holster before years ago, well, 2 years ago, and I actually sold it for no particular reason. I just wanted to try some other types of holsters. And now I have been through several. I've got a holster here that is from Havoc Holsters. This guy runs his company out of his garage, and this was a pretty good holster, although I had some complaints about this overall design. And then the holster I've been using most recently is this A&R, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I am back to the T-Rex Arms holster. I really like it. What I was noticing with the A&R, my most recently used holster, is these clips are super close together. And what that does for me is it kind of tilts. If you can imagine my belt here, it kind of tilts inside my waistband depending on where and how I'm sitting. I didn't like that too much. I kind of dealt with it for a little while, maybe trying to mitigate it a little bit, and I think I was trying to make my body work around the holster instead of the holster work around me. So that's actually one of the main reasons I bought the T-Rex Arms holster, is because the clips are actually separated and it keeps it from shifting from left to right. This holster also has two clips on it, and they're spread far apart. But to be honest with you, I actually don't like carrying a spare mag in my waistband. I know all the dudes are maybe gonna get mad about this, but I just carry it in a pocket. I guess if I have to reload, I'll just die. But yeah, so I definitely recommend either the T-Rex Arms. The other one I get questions about, which I've had actually quite a bit of experience with, is the Tier 1 Concealed. They're the same holster. I mean, I like T-Rex Arms because I I'm not required to carry the extra mag. They have it in this configuration, which I really like, but there's nothing wrong with the Tier 1 holsters. I just like the T-Rex arms. The last thing I'll talk about is I am continuing my dry fire with my rifle. I don't get particularly excited about shooting rifle. I much prefer to shoot pistol, but it is a skill and I should get better at it. So I've been spending some time dry firing rifle. Yeah, so that's this week in shooting. I think hopefully my microphone is going to work out for me, especially when I do some sorts of videos at the range, which maybe come shortly when the weather gets a little warmer out. Yeah, I'm a fair weather warrior. Anyways, see you guys.